So take me through like when somebody comes to the shop. First off, so you work for Airguns of Arizona, is that right?
I do, yeah.
How long you been there for?
About 14 years.
How'd you get started there?
It's kind of funny, really. I had a landscape company for 21 years,
Okay.
and I'd go and hang around there when they moved it. I bought my first air gun from them when they were way up in Mesa. I found out about them, and I'd been shooting all the Chinese break barrel guns because that's all we could get. And in the Bass Pro Shops catalog, they had the RWS guns. I thought, boy, I'd love to own one of them someday. And they had the Korean 9mm. I thought, wow, that'd be a great gun to have. And then I found out about this store several years later, and it just progressed from there. And one day I was in there, and the owner, Robert Buchanan, he said, you ought to come work for me. I said, I don't know if I can do that. I've been in my own business for 21 years. I don't have a leash around my neck. I can do what I want. He said, we'll work around that. And I said, well, I hunt a lot. And I said, I take a lot of time to go hunting. He said, I'll work around it. He said, I want you to work for me. And I thought, I'll think about it. And at that time, I was pretty ill. And it was close to the end of my life. It was really cutting it close. And doctors found out what was wrong with me, fixed me up, got me on better. But the landscape business, they said I need to be out of the dust and the dirt and all the pollens from the grasses and things. So that kind of made my decision that I better think about something different. My wife and I talked, and she said, honey, you need to get out. You got to get out of the dirt. You got to get out of the sun, and the dust. And so that's how that all started. It started part-time, and it worked into full-time, and it's been fantastic.
Mhm. So when a guy comes into the shop that is new to it, it's obviously a much different conversation than someone who's who's experienced. How do you take somebody through that introductory phase and get them set up for hunting?
Well, in the showroom, when somebody comes in, if they're looking for a big boar to hunt big game, and even it works on the small game too, we find out what they want the gun to do for them. What do you want that gun to achieve for you? What are you going to use it for? On the small game side, a lot of people around here, they want to get rid of pigeons on their roof. Pigeons are a big hassle around here. And YouTube's great, but YouTube's also, it causes us a lot of training because everybody comes in wanting a 25 or 30 caliber to shoot a pigeon off their roof. They might have had a 760 Crosman. They say the BBs are bouncing off of the wings, and we have to educate them and tell them, well, you got to be really careful on your target and beyond because of the collateral damage of 25s and 30s and stuff like that. And then in the big bore stuff, it's almost the opposite. People on the small calibers want to use way too much. You put air in front of the word gun, they think, oh, it's just a toy. And then the people on the big calibers don't want to use enough. They want a gun just so they can get into, 120, 150 foot-pound gun, 357. Well, we can hunt with a 357 in Arizona, so why can't I use that gun? So now we have to start into the teaching of, the penetration, the mass, the momentum, the distances, and stuff like that. And we try to walk them through, and we do the best job we can to fit them in the gun they need. And there is many, many times customer will come in the showroom with X amount of dollars in their pocket, and we tell them, hey, go home. If it takes you a month, if it takes you 6 months, save the money. Let's get you into a gun that you really need, that's really going to do the job for you and do it correctly. You'll be happier in the long run.
Right.